Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing just a little bit of a Yankee candle haul. And if you are a longtime subscriber, but you haven't tuned in the last couple of months, you might be kind of surprised to see me talking about Yankee Candle here on my channel, because I did take a very long extended break from purchasing from Yankee. It was right around the time that we moved into this house in 2018, and I had to pay many dollars. Paid a lot of money to have the ceilings as well as all of the walls repainted in this house. It was horrifically expensive, to say the least. We have really high ceilings. They had to bring in like scaffolding. It was a whole situation. But after doing that, I got really picky, persnickety, if you will, about just the burn quality of my candles. Any candles that just sooted on a regular basis, I just didn't want to burn anymore. So a lot of my Yankees I melted in my candle crocks. A lot of Yankees I sold. Some I still have in my collection, and I will warm those candles in my crocks come this fall. I think it's mostly just fall candles that I have left at this point, but yeah, I had to take a break from the brand. Not a huge fan of paraffin myself. I find it to just have a much dirtier burn in most instances. I completely understand that paraffin is, you know, it's a much beloved wax formulation by many people, but after paying the amount of money that I did to repaint this house, it just wasn't a good fit for me anymore. So took a long break, but Yankee Candle did reformulate their candles, and I believe they are actually getting rid of paraffin altogether. I feel like that's a rumor that I've heard. Don't entirely quote me on that, but definitely might be something worth looking a little bit into if you are a fan of their paraffin candles. But they now offer this soy blend, which the first round of candles that I purchased recently, they just burned incredibly well. They were really clean. The strength and throw was actually quite good. So this 2-wick like soy blend tumbler formulation is really something that I've had a good experience with. So I decided to pick up 4 more fragrances. One of them is actually a repurchase from that last haul. But when Yankee released this Pink Sands Glow formulation, I think it was around May 22nd, I went ahead and placed an order for, like I said, 4 candles. Now, it was either 2 or 3 days after I placed the order. I took my dog in for a surgery consult. I almost canceled this order because I was horrifically taken aback by the amount that this surgery cost for Alf. He actually did have the surgery yesterday. He is sitting in front of me right now as I'm filming, so you might hear him snoozing in the background. But yeah, the cost of the surgery was like probably, I don't know. I was thinking it was going to be around $2 grand, maybe $2,500. It was $5,000. So yeah, I came back home and I was like, I should probably cancel that Yankee order, but I tried to, and they were like, sorry, it's too far into the processing, you can't cancel it. So this is, yeah, I've just kind of been sitting on these candles because honestly, I was looking at the box and I was like, oh man, I really should probably just take these back in store. But anyway, they're already paid for. I decided to go ahead and keep them. So I'm going to burn them. I'm going to review them. Well, at least 3 of the fragrances I'll review. One, like I said, is a repurchase. Already reviewed it. There's no point in that. But yeah, this is my last little candle haul here for a little while. So let's dig in, and I want to talk about these fragrances because these were scents that I was really excited about. So I just want to kind of give you guys more of like a first sniff impressions, and then I will of course do some post-burn reviews, and they will all probably have this guy just snoozing in the background. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, Alf he's recovering. There might be some more appointments coming up here. It turns out this was not just a lipoma. It's highly likely that it was not. So that's going to mean, it's going to mean something else. But I'm not going to go there until we have the pathology back. So, but yeah, he is doing okay if you were wondering. So, all right, the first candle that I want to talk about is the reason for placing this whole order. It is the new Pink Sands Glow. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read through the fragrance notes and then give you guys my first sniff impressions, and then I'll burn it and we'll see some post-burn reviews coming up here. So let me go ahead and pull it up on the website here. Okay, so the reason that I really wanted to try the Pink Sands Glow is because I fell in love with the original Pink Sands. By the way, I bought these when they were on sale for 15 bucks. That was, I feel like it was, both Connor and Brett told me that was like the very best deal for this particular style from Yankee Candle. So yeah, if you see another $15 sale on these, from what I can tell, that seems to be the best pricing. So yeah, but anyway, I did grab another original Pink Sands because I went through that candle so fast, and I love this one. This is, it smells very, very similar to Flamingo Beach from Bath & Body Works. Now, Yankee Candle had Pink Sands before Bath & Body Works came out with Flamingo Beach, but I do feel like Flamingo Beach was very, it took a lot of inspiration from this Pink Sands. They're very similar scents. This is so juicy and sweet. I love this one, but that was why I was really curious about the Pink Sands Glow. So yeah, this was really the entire reason for placing this order. Ooh, okay. I just stuck my nose in these when I took them out of the box, so I haven't spent a lot of time analyzing these, but oh my gosh. Okay, they're not vastly different. This one seems to not be quite as the new version, the Pink Sands Glow. It's not quite as intensely sweet as the original. And it seems to have a little bit more depth to it. So let's see what the notes are here. Okay. So the notes are, the top notes are pink papaya, watermelon, and sea salt. The middle notes are star jasmine, pistachio, cream, and golden amber praline, sorry. And at the base we have island woods, beach amber, and sunlit vanilla. I do love the shade of this. It's a really pretty peach. I love the color. Okay, you do get that pink papaya. That adds a lot of sweetness to this one. It also, you get a really nice watermelon. I do smell a little bit of that sea salt too. It's like almost like a pink salt note. Jasmine, yeah, pistachio, golden amber praline. This doesn't really smell nutty. Even with that praline and that pistachio note, I would not consider this a nutty fragrance. I more so smell just regular old, like warm resinous amber here, which is at the base. Island woods, I don't know, I wouldn't call this woody in any kind of way. Sunlit vanilla, I do think there is a little bit of a nice vanilla bean note in here for sure. But it's still mostly fruity with the added depth that I think that amber brings in. It's beautiful. I love it. I really like it a lot. But you know what? I still love this original Pink Sands. Let's read through the notes for Pink Sands actually, because where are we at here? Pink Sands. Okay, so the notes of the Pink Sands are citrus, melon, and berry, osmanthus, spicy vanilla, musk, and woody notes. So the original is supposed to have some woody notes to it as well, but I don't get woodiness. It just is very sweet, very juicy. Definitely maybe a little bit more of the melon is present in here, and it smells like watermelon. I feel like it's it's watermelon, yeah. It's just so, it's so juicy and sweet. Listen, these are both great. If you like the pink sands, I think you're also gonna like this. But I do think they're slightly different, but they're definitely the same fragrance, just one with a twist. And I love the addition of the amber here. So cute label. I mean, listen, I like this a lot. I'm really glad that I did end up getting these and I wasn't able to cancel the order, because this one, I love this so much. I burned this from start to finish and it had such a beautiful clean burn. That is what I'm really impressed with when it comes to the this particular formula, which again, I'm still somewhat new to, but I was really impressed with the clean burn compared to their paraffin formulation. So big fan of that pink sands for sure. Next, let's go ahead and discuss this. Now, the labels for this collection I think are absolutely atrocious. This is the By the Pool collection. I believe that is what this is called. And this is the, hold on here. The Amber and Citrus. Sorry, Amber and Coconut. What am I talking about? I feel like this could have just, there's so much you could have done with the labels here. And this is absolutely not. This is awful. They could have done better than that. But I was curious if this particular fragrance, ooh, hold on here, my foot's falling asleep and Buddy has his, ooh, that foot is, we are not standing up on that foot anytime soon. That is totally asleep. I'm sorry, Buddy. You're so sweet. I was wondering if this particular fragrance would remind me of the Vacation Eau de Toilette from the Vacation Sunscreen Company. Love that particular perfume. I just love the smell of the Vacation products. They're fantastic. I'm sure most of you guys are aware of this brand by now. But I was hoping that this would kind of smell like the Vacation perfume. And it is giving me some of those vibes for sure. I don't think this one is going to be for everybody, but I really like it. I really like this one a lot. So the top notes here are citrus, green, and chlorine accord. We have salted coconut, vanilla bean, and lactonic for the mid notes. And then at the base, we have violet and mineral amber. So this is definitely missing the banana that is in the Vacation sunscreen scent. But I do smell that pool chlorine. And I actually smell that like swimsuit, like I know this sounds really random, but like if you had a swimsuit definitely in the 80s, and I feel like I also remember even in the 90s, a lot of my Lycra swimsuits had a very distinct Lycra smell to them. I feel like swimsuits nowadays don't smell like they did back then, but I can smell that Lycra note. And I can smell that pool chlorine. I really like it. Honestly, it's very reminiscent. If this had the addition of the amber, oh my gosh, I think, not the amber, the banana, I think that would really make it incredibly similar to the Vacation scent, but I don't smell that in here. So you do get an interesting green component. It's like a tropical leafy green type of note. The citrus, I feel like, is a little bit hard for me to like figure out what the citrus note is. There is a little bit of a citrus tang here, but it's not distinctly lemon or orange or grapefruit or lime necessarily. It's a little bit generic smelling, but it's nice and it makes sense in the fragrance. Love the coconut. It is a salted coconut, and more so a sunscreen coconut, not edible at all. I smell a little bit of vanilla bean. I think the lactonic also kind of makes sense in here. So does that mineral amber note. I smell amber, but it's not your typical warm resinous amber. It's different. It's weird, but it is amber. Mineral, I guess, is the best way to describe it. It's not quite as warm but still has a perfumey element to it. This smells quite fresh to my nose. It's very summery. I would put it in a more perfumey category. That's the best way to explain this. It's a perfumey, interesting, fresh, outdoorsy, summertime type of fragrance. And I think that like chlorinated note that's in here really is what gives it that true like summery vibe to the fragrance. I like it. I kind of like it a lot actually. So I'm really excited to burn this one. So we'll definitely be reviewing this. The last one that I picked up, now I kind of took a chance on this one and I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. This is the honeybee tea, iced tea, and honey. Let me go ahead and look up the description for this one. Let's see. Honey bee. Let's see what pops up. There we go. All right, let's read through these notes. So at the top, we have lemonade, citrus, and black tea. In the middle notes, we have iced tea, mint leaves. Those made me nervous. You guys know how I feel about mint. There's also green. And at the base, we have honey and simple syrup. This was not quite what I was expecting. I think the tea note that's in here very much smells like a really dark, like black tea type note. Maybe black tea mixed with like an Earl Grey. It's a very heavy tea note. And you know what I think makes this also a little kind of funky to my nose? Iced tea, at least when I have it, it's usually pretty sweet. Not like a super sweet tea. Like that gets to be a little too much for me. But just like a nicely sweetened iced tea, right? This just smells like unsweetened iced tea. And I wish I was getting more of that honey note. Like honey is usually a very distinct type of sweet note, and I'm not getting much in the way of honey. The simple syrup, I can see like a little dash of that. There's like a slight sweetness here, but it's not enough. And it's not necessarily honey to my nose. Simple syrup, I think, is a better description for it. I think this needs to be sweeter. And I feel like that black tea slash Earl Grey tea that I'm smelling just kind of smells aggressive. A little bit of citrus in here. I smell lemon. It's definitely lemon. Mint in the way background. I don't even think that the mint is really going to develop enough when I light this. Listen, if I could have traded this in for something else, I think I would have done that. I wish I would have been able to do that. Honestly, I would have taken another Pink Sands Glow. Now, I do not have a Yankee candle store close to me at all. I used to have one at a mall that is somewhat close to my house, but that closed years ago. If I want to go to Yankee Candle, I have to drive all the way like across the river, and that's just, it's a commitment. I don't know that I'm gonna do that. But yeah, if I wanted to exchange this, I would have to drive probably an hour out of my way to do that. And I'm not gonna do that. So I'll burn this. I probably won't love it, and I'll probably end up passing it along after I burn it and review it, which will be somewhere around maybe like a quarter to halfway through, maybe a third of the way through this candle. So yeah, but I would love to know what you guys think of this one. It's a little bit of a disappointment to me. I feel like with this having both honey and simple syrup referenced, I think I just expected something sweeter, and it just smells just kind of interesting, just not what I was expecting. I feel like there's almost a little bit of a like borderline tobacco type vibe that I'm smelling here, but not like super distinct. But there's something kind of funky in the background, and I feel like the best way that I can explain it is like a slight tobacco note. So, which is not something that I want to be smelling in an iced tea fragrance at all. So for what it's worth, that's my little haul here. I'm gonna get to burning and enjoying these, and then when I reach about a third of the way through these, I will go ahead and provide some formal in-depth reviews. But as it stands right now, I'm definitely happy with the first 3 that I mentioned, but the last one is a little bit of a womp womp. So anyway, you ready to be done with this video? He's like, let's go back to the couch, Mom. So anyway, I'm gonna carry this guy back to the couch here. If you want to follow me along over on Instagram, it's just MrKongsMom. I've been posting some updates about his recovery from his surgery over there. So all right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your thoughts on all of these fragrances. I'll put a link to Yankee Candle and a link to these candles here in the description box. Feel free to check that out if you are so inclined. I appreciate you being here. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. And Alf and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.